there. I am once again vlogging a read. Welcome to my second reading vlog. I don't have a TBR for this month because I never have a TBR except for last month. So a few days ago I started reading Dangerous Alliance and Austentacious Romance by Jennieke Cohen, and I need to read more of it before I have proper feelings for it, but at the moment, the female protagonist's point of view is fine. However, there is a male protagonist point of view, and he gets to see things that the female protagonist doesn't. And it also means I know who she's going to end up with, because why else would he have a goddamn point of view? So I think that was a little bit of a mistake in the writing. I didn't really need it. I feel like I'm getting enough of the story in the female protagonist's point of view. The male protagonist's point of view has also revealed that one of the male characters interested in the female protagonist is actually a bad guy, but you know what? I would have liked to learn that with the female protagonist instead of having everything laid out for me in a perfect platter. Maybe I wanted to look around the buffet first before I found that the end part of it was garbage. I lost that metaphor really badly. But yes, that is my book that I have started for this month. It is an ebook, so I can't show it to you and hold it up and punch it. So far, I'm not a huge fan of it though. But I am scared to start another book to go along with it, because that means if the other book that I read is good, then I'll stop reading this one. So I'm suffering through this first book. So we'll see how it goes. Today is rainy, today is quiet, so I'm just going to chill out. I have some leftover pizza to eat. I did some chores today, so we'll see what else I do. Great start. Okay.
Just the wolf?
Yeah. Oh, this is boring.
So when would this have been set?
1890s. Or the 70s, given his mustache.
Yes. Thank you. I don't think she looks well at all.
She looks terrible. Hey there. It's day 2, November 2nd. I have a lot of chores to do today, so I thought that I would start an audiobook. So I'm going to start... That's Wyatt wanting outside. So today I'm going to start the audiobook for Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I heard that it's a YA academia kind of mystery, and that's something that's really up my alley, so I'm going to listen to that while I do all my chores today. I'm reading in my chair. I have started my ebook again for Dangerous Alliance, and I'm on chapter 12, and there's a third character perspective. I don't need this many perspectives. It's just a story about some girl. Why do I need the guy and then his sister? I really don't. Here's my outfit for today. I think I look pretty cute. So I just finished listening to Monsta X's new album, Fatal Love. Listen to it, by the way. It was so good. Their last mini album really wasn't for me. I get they were getting back on their feet after losing a member and another member leaving for being sick, but this one is just so much better. It's really like their sound again, and I'm really, really happy with it. My favorite tracks are the title track, Love Killa, I like Guess Who, and I like Night View. So those are my 3 favorites so far, but I have to listen to the album hundreds of more times before I can figure out my favorites. I'm so happy. I'm so glad they're back. Yay! Stream Love Killa. Hey, what's up? Not much. Just got some book mail today. I finally have something to show you guys. So we got these books from a store in Toronto called A Different Book List. I will link their store below. So here are the books that I got. I got a collection of short stories called Black Enough, edited by E.B. Zaboy. So that'll be exciting. I also got The Gravity of Us by Phil Stamper. So this looked really cute. And then my mom got Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. We got Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall. And All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. So here's a nice haul. And then my mom's little paperback. Is it crunchy time, buddy? Sammy? I put my poster right here at my desk for motivation. Hello, friends. It's November 4th. I did quite a few things yesterday to stop me from looking at the US election stuff. I do live in Canada, but it is still equally scary. Yesterday I watched The Goldfinch, and I'm giving the movie 1 star because it did not explain anything. The structure was all backwards and sideways, and nothing really had any emotional impact like it did in the book. I understand that adapting 750 something pages into a 2-hour movie is kind of impossible, so I don't get why they did it, but it just was not well executed. The mom, who was a character in the book, who had, like, you know, lines and a character, was nothing more than a ghost in the movie, which I found really stupid. And stupid idiot Ansel Elgort has the charisma of a wet sponge, and I hate him. Bless you! And I've also still been reading the Austentacious romance book, and I don't like it. I don't like that every character has to be the bad guy or miscommunicating in order for the two protagonists to seem good. Plus, with every character being bad, except for the two main characters, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen at the end. Are they gonna get together? Ugh. And also, a character has just handed the male protagonist a copy of Pride and Prejudice and has said, "You remind me of Darcy." That's a little bit on the nose, don't you think? He doesn't remind me of Darcy at all. He reminds me of some modern-day male protagonist with a backstory and a character. Darcy kind of didn't have that. You kind of learned about it, but he never really revealed anything. So, I just don't like this. So far, I don't like it. It's too modern for me. Everybody acts like a little teenager, but I might be getting too old for YA, or something. But YA has been good this year. I've been surprised by a few YA books, so I guess it's a hit or miss type thing. Today I plan to listen more to the audiobook of Truly Devious, and so far it hasn't really captured my attention, but it is the first half of it, so hopefully it'll pick up soon.
This is totally ass! This is... Oh, here it is. Hey, Kenny, where do you want me to put these snow tires? Oh, put them right next to my kids' bikes.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear Sammy? It's a beautiful day today. The sun is shining, the election's flipping, Putin resigned, Destiel is canon in the most homophobic way. Happy Scorpio season. So aside from all the chaos, I don't really have anything to do today, so I'm going to read more. But first, I have to feed these little monsters, don't I? Oh, you can do it, buddy. Nope. Okay. I know, that was ridiculous. Awesome. Come on. doing a quick check-in right now to say that I have finished Dangerous Alliance by Jennieke Cohen, and I gave it 2 stars. It was not the book for me. I just was able to predict everything given the structure and character point of view chapters of the book. I was just able to figure out everything very, very quickly. So I found it a bit weak. I found the last 80 pages to be too full of cliche action that I don't really want in my books like this. I do encourage you to try it out. I recommend somebody else reads it and gets something out of it because I don't want to rag on the book. It's not a bad book. It was a very good debut novel. I think the debut novel from the author, but it was just not for me. So that's a bit disappointing, but I'll have to figure out what I am going to read next. I might read one of my new books that I hauled in this video. Okay. Hello, this is just a quick update to say that I have started reading a new book. It is called The Children of Jocasta by Natalie Haynes. It's based on the Sophocles plays on Oedipus and Antigone, and it is from the female perspectives of Jocasta and her 2 daughters, which is pretty interesting, but there are a few confusing point of view choices that are happening, but I am getting the hang of them. But also, the author has decided to give all of the children weird nicknames. So, their names are Antigone, Ismene, Eteocles, and Polynices. She has decided to name them Annie, Izzy, Etio, and Pauline. What? That doesn't make a lick of sense to me. I think those are not great choices. So far, it's fine. I am only 50 pages into it, so I do hope it improves, but I just wanted to update you on that. Hello friends, happy Friday the 13th. I am still reading the 2 books, Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson and The Children of Jocasta by Natalie Haynes. Truly Devious so far is all essentially build-up, and I am 70% into the book. I find that aspect a little bit weak because, you know, I think a book should have its own arc, even if it is expected to be part of a series, which I do know is going on. I just feel like that is too much build-up. A character death has happened, so hopefully the rest of the book will just be solving that particular death while also setting up the big mystery of the series. Then the Children of Jocasta book is making some very, very odd choices. It's not capturing the themes or character motivations of the original Sophocles plays, Oedipus and Antigone. The 2 character perspectives are just very boring, and so far a lot of the character choices are, like I said, just really poor. Like, their uncle Creon is not obsessed with the state yet, which is the main argument of him and Antigone, which is religion versus the state, or male versus female. So it's just a bit weak in that aspect. I have my iced coffee. I'm not going to do anything else today but chill.
Hello, it's me. It's rainy out. I'm cold. Just checking in to say that I have finished The Children of Jocasta by Natalie Haynes, and I am giving it 2 stars because it blended 2 really compelling stories together and ended up weakening both of them until it was basically unreadable. The book took out a lot of really cool parts of the original Oedipus and Antigone myths. One of them including, I will use this one as like the most definitive example of like the things they removed. Instead of Oedipus defeating the Sphinx, you know, the little riddle bird lady, instead they have him defeat the Sphinx, which was a group of fighting bandits. Imagine making your Greek mythology less fantastical and cool. It was so dumb. And it tried making itself more like feminist by like developing the female characters, but they ended up being developed into stereotypes anyway. So Jocasta was a paranoid, crazy mom. Antigone was impulsive to the point of stupidity. Ismene did nothing, and she was a point of view character. And they added this housemaid lady who only was trying to enact revenge. They turned every decision into an act of revenge. It was really dumb. It was trying to make itself more realistic. A Greek myth full of incest. More realistic. Goodbye. I'll be finishing Truly Devious in the next upcoming days, and then we will be starting a new book. Woo!
Hello. We're back in my kitchen. I'm popping in to say that I have finished Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I listened to the audiobook for this one, so I understand I missed a lot of the mixed media of the like Truly Devious letter and all that, but I don't think that really matters because I got the gist of the story. I enjoyed it. I thought that there was way too much buildup and not really a real mystery to solve. I prefer when my series have their own individual arcs and also build up the main arc. This one kind of only really did that at the end, so it was a little bit weak, but I was engaged enough. I thought the final plot twist was not enough to be a final plot twist. It should have like happened at a different part in the book. So that was a little bit of like a, who really cares? It didn't really inspire me to want to read the next book right away, but I do have the audiobook for the second book saved and I will return to it. So I think at this point it's getting maybe a 4-star or maybe a 3.5. I have to think about that, and I have till the end of the month when I wrap everything up. So I am, can you hear that? Wow, motorcycle. Anyway, I have to figure out which book I'm going to read next. I was thinking of reading As I Descended by Robin Talley, but I don't know how similar that is to Truly Devious, and I don't want to get these stories mixed up. Well, I got the urge to read another book, so today I am also going to read this graphic novel depiction of the Odyssey by Homer. I'm really excited. I've read another graphic novel in this series before, which was the Dracula adaptation, and it's my favorite Dracula adaptation ever, so I hope that this will be good too. So I just finished the Odyssey. It was really, really good. The colors in it were really, really beautiful, and even though the story was a bit rushed, it was only about 120 pages, it was really, really good. It's very, very easy to follow, but only if you have read the Odyssey. I wouldn't really recommend it to someone who wants to read the story for the first time, because it's still a bit too complicated and doesn't explain anything very well. But I'm giving it 5 stars because it is just such a beautiful comic and it's really, really good. Hello. I was just eating my lunch when I received a knock at the door, and it's my package from Indigo. I got my mom 3 books for Christmas, so I'm going to check if they're all in here. Yes. Everything looks good. I got her Sex and Vanity by Kevin Kwan, Last Tongue Standing by Lauren Ho, One Day in December by Josie Silver. It's part of Reese Witherspoon's book club. I'm glad they all came in safely. They were trying to claim that they would not come in until December, so I'm glad that they're here. So there's gifts for my mom. Hello there, friends. I'm in a reading slump, I think. I haven't been in a reading slump in months, but oh god. I'm trying to read As I Descended by Robin Talley. And it is a YA retelling of Macbeth, featuring two girls in love who are trying to stop the queen bee at their school from succeeding. The only interesting thing about it is that instead of just switching the Macbeth names or making them their last names or something, all the characters' first names start with the same letter as the Macbeth first names. So Macbeth is Maria, Lady Macbeth is Lily, Duncan is Delilah, etc. That's interesting. And there is a diverse cast, which is also nice, but other than that, nothing about it is interesting, so I have to slog through it. Maybe I should find something else to read because... Hey, so I'm still slogging through As I Descended by Robin Talley, but I have decided to counter my reading slump by doing this. No! I don't know if the All for the Game series is actually really, really bad, or if it's just the audiobook narrator who is making things worse. Listen.
All of the white ribbons with black ones. It gave the impression the campus was in mourning. Neil Johnston thought it a cheap tribute, but that might have been his cynicism talking.
Why does he talk like an action movie trailer? This is the only way I can absorb the book, though, because I don't have a copy of it. Let's see if this makes my reading slump worse or better. So I finished As I Descended by Robin Talley this morning, and I'm giving it 2 stars because it was a very good idea, and I liked the potential that it had, but it was just not very good execution. I found it to be completely too overdramatic, completely too immature, and the supernatural aspect of it that ties into the original play Macbeth was too active. The ghost characters were way too active. There weren't really any witch characters, and I want witches in my books. I like witches. I can appreciate the diverse cast and what the author was trying to do because it is a pretty solid idea. I just found that the execution was really poor. I've been completely disappointed by the books that I've read this month. Just one of them was okay. So my wrap-up's gonna be a big bummer, isn't it? So all I have left to finish is The Raven King by Nora Sakavic, and I know that one's not gonna be great because I'm not enjoying it. Teammates are just stabbing each other? Neil has been figured out, and for the whole series he said if he gets figured out he will run, but as soon as he gets figured out he's like, but what about sports ball? I don't know. I don't know why I'm still listening to it, but I am. So that's going to be the rest of my month. See you in the wrap-up. This is the wrap-up. So this month, I read a lot of books that I didn't like, unfortunately. So the first book that I read was Dangerous Alliance, an Ostentatious Romance by Jennieke Cohen, and I gave that 2 stars. It was just pretty weak for what it set out to do, and I felt that the choice to give perspective chapters to both the female and male protagonist gave away the ending. So, not for me. The second book I read was The Children of Jocasta by Natalie Haynes, which I also gave 2 stars. It was a failure to do a proper retelling of the Oedipus myth through the perspective of women, and it made things too realistic, which is pretty weak, I think, because it's a Greek myth, which is really fantastical.
So 2 stars. The only light in my life this month was this comic book adaptation of the Odyssey, which I gave 5 stars. It's so beautiful. It's so pretty. The story was a bit too complicated for a first-time reader, but I would recommend it if you have already read the Odyssey. I then listened to the audiobook for Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, which I gave 3.5 stars. 3.5 stars. I did enjoy it. I will be continuing the series, but it didn't grip me enough to want to continue right away. The mystery aspect was all built up in this book, so I am looking forward to the rest of them. I then read As I Descended by Robin Talley, which also got 2 stars. I wanted this to be something else. It was just a very simple YA retelling of Macbeth, but they took the magic part a little bit too far. It was a little bit too dramatic, and I just didn't enjoy it. And today I just finished the audiobook for The Raven King by Nora Sakavic. 2 stars. What the fuck was that? That was a horrible, horrible mess. It had off-screen rape and sexual assault. They carved numbers into their faces. Everybody just yells at each other, but then the other half of the book goes, oh, we're a family, and you get no evidence for that. The Ravens are comical Saturday morning cartoon villains, which are stupid and laughable, and the book is just horrible and violent and cruel. So I saved the 3rd book because now I have to finish the trilogy because I'm a completionist. And there you have it. That was my November 2020 reading experience. I hope to never have one as weak and as bad as that again. I think I'm just starting to hit my reading lull for the year, but in December I plan to read just classics and then listen to one audiobook of my choice because it's the holiday season, so I thought I would read some Christmassy or wintry style classics that can get me into the holiday mood. So look forward to that. If you got this far, thank you so much for watching. Please comment your thoughts and opinions. I love to read the comments and have a conversation with you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well if you want to. I promise I will be more positive and enjoy reading more in the future. I hope that this is just a fluke. So thank you so much for watching. Bye!